Lafayette Fire Captain Toby Frost could very well be the next member of Indiana Task Force 1 to be sent to Florida for Hurricane Michael. News 18's Demi Johnson shares his experience from his first mission, rescue efforts after Hurricane Florence.
September 10th, 2018 is a night Captain Toby Frost won't forget.
I got a call at 11:24 at night that we had 6 hours to get out the door.
It's the night he was sent to help with rescue efforts in Hurricane Florence. Frost has been on Indiana Task Force 1 for 5 years, but this was his first time being deployed. In most natural disaster situations, FEMA controls what the task force does. However, Frost says circumstances in Wilmington, North Carolina were so bad, this mission was handled differently.
New Hanover County was managing us, so we were forward deployed right in the storm. For us, the beauty of that was we were out the door immediately. The request didn't have to go to the federal chain and then come back to us to deploy. The locals were able to call us direct and say, hey, we need help here.
Meaning Frost was at the forefront of several tough situations for both residents and first responders.
There was a tree that fell in a house that trapped a mother and a child who ended up being deceased when it was all said and done. But they had been working round the clock trying to run emergency calls in their territories. They were absolutely exhausted when we got there.
As a hazmat specialist, he was also tasked with keeping his team safe during rescues.
To make sure nobody gets exposed to something they shouldn't be, or if we have bad air or gas leak or anything like that, we try to identify that to keep the scene safe so we can keep moving.
Frost has been back for 2 weeks and is already preparing for his next possible mission.
Been checking the email regularly and watching the storm to see what's going on.
With Hurricane Michael approaching Florida, he's on standby.
So they've deployed 2 task force Type 1 teams. Our team would be the next.
Frost says it's a tough call to wait for, but one he'd be honored to answer.
It's a neat experience to see the best side of humanity on one of the worst days of their lives. Everybody's willing to help their neighbor.
In Lafayette, Demi Johnson, News 18.
Well, Frost was in North Carolina for 12 days.